Good morning, 1 Million Cups.
Good morning and welcome to 1 Million Cups. We're excited to have everybody here. In case you are new to 1 Million Cups, we meet every single Wednesday and we're part of the Kaufman Foundation. They work with entrepreneurs across the country. There are over 120 chapters. We are the Fairfax County chapter, the best in the country. We're thrilled you can join us. Thanks again for being here. Visitors, if you could raise your hand and introduce yourself if we have anybody new in the room. Normally we do. I think this might be one of our first days where we've got some repeat new folks from the last couple of weeks. So I think we're good. Please do introduce yourself in chat, name, company, and drop in a link to your website or to your LinkedIn profile, whatever you are interested in sharing. You can also check in on the website and scan the QR code.
And the slides aren't up.
I realize that. Give me 1 second. Thank you. They were up. You can see the QR code in front of you, and please scan that. We would love to make sure to capture you as a visitor today. That does allow us to have swag as well, which we can provide to our presenters. We do have a couple of new folks joining us in the room, so maybe we'll circle back and do introductions as well. Again, welcome to the 1 Million Cups Fairfax County community. You have our organizing team in the room and online. You also have our brand ambassadors. Thank you very much, everybody, for all the work that you do. This is a national effort, as I said, through the Kaufman Foundation, but you have chapters across the country every Wednesday morning drinking coffee at 9 a.m. Hence the 1 Million Cups from a brand standpoint. Our key pillars, this is about presentation. So we are here every week to hear stories from entrepreneurs on challenges they face, how we can help them, and how we can make sure that we're creating a community, not just networking and being transactional, but really building a business led for the community, by the community group. We are radically inclusive. We love all businesses and we'd love to hear about yours. And with that, I'm gonna have Eddie Hill come up and join us.
Hi, good morning, everyone. It's that time of the month again, the first Wednesday. Generally, we host the Fairfax County chapter here at Mason Enterprise Center. We're super happy to have you with us, whether you're here in person or whether you're online. We hope to see more of you with us soon. Today, we understand because of the weather, but please come and visit us in person. We'd love to show you our place. We'd love to tell you about our awesome program. We work with a number of technology startups. We're actually starting to see a couple with AI foundations that are coming to us. We have a broad depth of services and mentors and corporate partners to help grow your business, whether you're in the early stages of your business or growth stage. There's a lot that we can do together. We're also looking for innovators to come on board that we can work with. 5 centers across Northern Virginia. If we can help you or help someone that you know, please reach out to me directly. ehill25@gmu.edu. Thank you.
For the Wi-Fi. The guest one, right?
Oh, yes. Morning and welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jen Dalton, founder of Brand Mirror, and thrilled to be here supporting startups and businesses at any stage. Our company focuses on personal branding and enhancing not only the brand of the CEO, but also their executive leadership team. People love to work for leaders, not just logos. So if that's something you need help with, please reach out to me, Jen Dalton at Brand Mirror. You can visit my website, brandmirror.com. Thrilled to be our coffee sponsor. You too can be a coffee sponsor next month in May.
As Jen changes her hat back from coffee sponsor to MC.
How our meetings work. So for those of you who are new, we have a 6 to 8 minute story or presentation from our business of the week. And then we open it up to Q&A questions. They will bring a business challenge or something they need help with. This could be, by the way, any business, whether it's an idea that you're coming up with, maybe you're in your first year, maybe you're in 5th year. We can help you solve that. So once we do the Q&A, and then we do person by person. So Melinda's going to be moderating today. She'll call on you. You can very briefly ask your question, share your idea, or get any clarity you need to give feedback. Then you can put yourself back on mute. And for our presenter, Amy Hughes, who is a very familiar face, for her to have you here, she will make sure her answers are concise and brief as well, so we can get as much information and ideas to her as possible today. So that's how it works. And again, we are on Facebook Live, and we will be sharing this video later as well. So what does feedback look like? We just like to keep it constructive and positive. That's not been an issue for our group, but it's always better to be clear with expectation setting. So again, best practices. Hey, thanks for sharing that idea. Could you give me a little more clarity? Or here's another thought based on my experience. So again, our 1MillionCups Fairfax presenter today is Amy Hughes with 48 blocks of fine candy. That sounds like a good number of marshmallows to eat and try. And so we're thrilled to have you here. Please join us. And as we go through slides, just let me know when you want me to click through. And we'll start off with our challenge question, and then we'll learn a little bit more about you.
Okay, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Please bear with my allergy voice. So 48 blocks is actually a pivot from, Ken, would you like your cup? Okay. 48 blocks is actually a pivot from a company I founded 8 years ago. And so I'm trying to, while we move not only the company to Northern Virginia, I really want to exploit, which sometimes is a bad word, but being where we are in the Mid-Atlantic. Previously, we were not anywhere metropolitan. So the challenge question for me today, or for you, I guess, the best way to expand brand value and recognition, particularly in the Mid-Atlantic, now that the base of operations for 48 blocks has moved to Northern Virginia. Next slide, please. So about 48 blocks fine candy, the story starts in my grandmother's kitchen when I was 5 years old. And she had an incredible sweet tooth. I mean, like nothing I have seen before or ever since. And she and I would make candy as gifts for friends and family, particularly at the holidays, but for other special events. Marshmallows were one of the things that we just kind of started doing unusually, but they were easy to do, and there was math involved. So this is how, so I learned math by watching baseball and cooking. This explains a lot about math and me. So 2016, a friend had received a gift for Hanukkah and asked why, and I had just finished business school, blown up my life, left federal consulting to go out on my own and be an independent consultant. My friend Keith, who got me into GW by badgering and prodding and nagging, gets Hanukkah gifts in the form of marshmallows and says, why aren't you selling these things? You could be the Marshmallow MBA. So for 8 years, we had Marshmallow MBA. My former college roommate and I worked with Marshmallow MBA, strictly marshmallows, and for retail and wholesale customers. In November of last year, I'm not even going to go with the math there on what last year was, I lost my business partner as well as manufacturing space where we were in York County, Pennsylvania. it provided a couple of opportunities. One, I had wanted to diversify beyond marshmallows into some other confectionery products. And also, I didn't want to stay in what I affectionately referred to as Farmville, Pennsylvania, before I learned there is actually a Farmville, Pennsylvania. And I wanted to bring it closer to home. I've lived in Falls Church for the last 35 years. And this is, so this is the area I want to be in. Fairfax County is really where we want to be. And I want to diversify. The products you see up on the slide there are some of the previous products we produced and some of the ones that we're working on now. So we had always been marshmallows and marshmallow-based confections. There are samples outside for those of you in the room, by the way, and we'll talk about that at the end. With the marshmallows, we had the ability to have a number of flavors, and that was really one of our unique things. We're doing 180 flavors of marshmallows. Limited ingredient, no preservatives, no gluten, no dairy, no soy, no fat, but still fun. So once we expanded beyond flavors, we moved into lifestyle products. And with lifestyle products, we're talking about energy candies, which right now are in marshmallow form. We're also doing a relaxation product, which is herbal infused in a honey base. And then now we have the opportunity to move into what is affectionately referred to as the green economy, which is basically hemp and CBD and THC space. Marshmallows can absorb anything. Most candies can be infused. And so that is what we are looking at for future within the next 18 months to roll that out heavily. Next slide, please. So because this is a pivot, I thought it was important to talk to the fact that we've had 8 years of success, about $250,000 in revenue since 2016. And in 2024, January of this year, we rebranded and then began to diversify the new product lines. I can't see this slide at all, so excuse me as I lean in and see. Oh, I can go over there. So we're looking currently at a Q2 launch, which would be any time between now and June. We were pushed out a little further than I had wanted to be, as I am still looking for space. This is going to come up at the end when you ask me what you can do for me. So we are still looking for manufacturing space, hoping that's going to pop in the next 30 days. Of course, I've said that for the last 90 days, so we'll see how that goes. Our first product actually sold within the first 60 days of opening the company because of our timing. We focused on holiday time. So when you're just ahead of Valentine's Day launching a company, makes it easier to sell something in the first 60 days or so. And then where am I operating? Currently, US and Canada. We do have an export license for Canada and Mexico. We're doing that wholesale because of the cost of export. Next slide, please. What problem does your business solve? So I have to thank Jen for this because last week I pushed back a bit because I don't think of candy as solving a problem. And that's short-sighted of me. So what problems are we solving? Well, there are people who like to support small business. There are people who like to buy local, and there are people who like to support women-owned businesses. We are BIPOC woman-owned. Small batch candy is an alternative to mass market products. I have friends who laughed like fury when I told them I was starting a candy company and I was starting it in Pennsylvania because where we were was half an hour from Hershey. Let's just take a look at that, and an hour from Just Born, who makes Peeps. So geographically, my positioning couldn't have been better. But we do provide an alternative to that. It's also an opportunity to pair our candies with other candy, particularly as we focus on as we've been focused on marshmallows for the last 8 years. We started using right after the pandemic the hashtag collaboration over competition. And that's something that is really important to me because, you know, nobody operates in a vacuum, particularly if you're a small business. And I think that that pairing we're going to talk about a little bit in the next slide, please. So how are we generating revenue? Primarily wholesale sales to brick and mortar retailers. to other candy makers, to gift shops. Hospital gift shops love us. We make a wine o'clock collection of marshmallows, and for Nurses Day, very, very popular. And also, if you've ever done caregiving and had to go back and forth to a hospital, it's a nice break. We also have retail on the website. It is limited retail right now. We have an e-commerce shop. We've had that go along. Our retail revenue is about 15% any given year. When we had a discussion about this previously, the question did come up, why do you keep retail? It does allow us to play with different things that we wouldn't be able to wholesale. So it appeals to my creative side. It may not be the piece that we're going to gain the most revenue on, although we can certainly grow some revenue on the retail side. We do custom orders. We love special events. We do a lot of weddings, graduation parties. Those tend to be the two big things. During the pandemic, we were doing gender reveal marshmallows, and that was a little tweak that was kind of fun. And then I also continue to do some consulting with other candy makers and other small businesses to help with business planning, and a little bit of marketing. Next slide, please. So the value proposition for us is really, it's candy. It's gourmet candy, and then we've broken out the lifestyle products just because they are so different. They're two different customer focuses. Ideal client, B2B. I love anyone who has their own brick and mortar store because I will never have. I know never say never, but that is not my sweet spot, no pun intended. B2B is also with other candy makers. They're using our products in their custom candy. Some of our favorite conversations begin with, oh yeah, we made marshmallows once. We're still cleaning it off the ceiling, off the walls, off the floor. If you're in food, if you're in food, you're going to know sometimes you want to specialize in what you're specializing in. That's what so that's why we've kept our limited, our limits on marshmallows and centers and that sort of thing. I'm not going to read these slides to you because you can read that for yourself. But the big difference, small batch, handcrafted, no preservatives and unique flavors, those have really been important things for our customers. Next slide, please. Target audience, gourmet food enthusiasts, folks who have allergies, because we do have a low allergen, we do have low allergen products. Folks who need corporate gifts, anybody who's looking for something that's unique, because our candy is definitely, our tagline previously, forget everything you think you know about candy. And that's really that's how I explain it. And that's what challenges folks. Marketing channels, you can see those there. I'm not using marketing channels really any differently than any other small business. The content marketing has been interesting. We do have a YouTube channel. I'd love for you to follow the YouTube channel. You take a look at our Foodie Friday videos, and we're also bringing back some of our Marshmallow Monday. Last slide, I think. These are our competitors. Creekside Mallows also produces wholesale products for B2B sales. Exo Marshmallow is probably our biggest competitor, simply because they're in all our space with the flavors, and we frequently overlap with them. I think we're better. We also, because of no preservatives, that makes a big difference for people. Next, please. I talked about collaboration over competition, and I think that is a big piece of leveraging the competitors. The other thing I'm doing is reaching out to other candy companies, letting them know, as you have closed out your bulk products, please refer people to us, because we do slams, we do products that aren't just packaged for retail sale. I also data mine some of the social media accounts and just see who they're following. And finally,
All right, let's give a round of applause to Amy. Fantastic job. I'm going to transition it over to Melinda. I'm going to have her unmute and she will lead us through moderating. Just a quick reminder, please keep your questions, ideas, answers short. Drop them in chat if you can, but we will also be capturing them in chat. So no need to worry about writing anything down. And just keep answers short too. And we'll get as much as we can in the next 30 minutes. So Melinda, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Great. Fabulous presentation, Amy. Really, really liked it.
Melinda, for some reason, we don't hear you.
Really. Uh-oh, I'm off mute. Hold on. Let me try
It's not
something.
frozen on my
I
screen.
hear her. Is anyone else
Yeah,
here?
I'm having problem. The presenter's screen is gone from my computer.
Yeah, Melinda, we still, I read
Your
you can hear.
volume,
Okay.
Melinda, you're coming through. Your volume is coming through.
Oh,
I can hear you.
I can hear it too.
okay. So you guys can't hear me.
Anyone who
Live.
can hear, raise their hand. So half the group, Melinda,
Okay.
ballpark. Quick, I
Did
don't
any-
have everyone.
Last question. Did anybody who can hear also find that Amy froze on their screen?
Yes.
There
Yes.
we go. That's where the problem is. There's a problem with that computer.
Maybe.
Amy was totally frozen.
I didn't experience that, but okay, others did, so. Doesn't matter.
If I can't do it, I'll back off.
Yeah, why don't I pick up and moderate questions? Jen, can you hear me?
They can't.
Jen, can you hear me?
Okay, none of us can
sound in
hear.
the room.
Right. I can't hear anything in the room. That's why I was asking the question.
Here, I'm gonna chat with Jen for a moment. Let's get
Okay, and then let me know what to do.
John
sure.
Rudenberg, we're good. I'm going to use my laptop while Ken restarts it. So go ahead.
Okay, so do
Okay.
you want me or do you want John just to take over? Because now you guys can.
Melinda, can you hear Melinda now?
Yep, we can hear everybody. We're using my laptop. Ken just had to restart.
No problem. Melinda, go ahead.
Okay, so fantastic presentation. Please raise your hand. And I've got that up. First, letting Belinda in, sorry.
I got it, Melinda.
Okay. I wanted to say one thing and one idea came to my head really quickly, and that's because I worked for Best Foods years ago. And Caro was a brand that was really big in September, October, November, December, actually October through December, a baking brand. And when I heard all the things you were saying, I was thinking about the Kellogg's, when you mix the marshmallows with the Kellogg's and a lot of other things. There may be an opportunity to also, and this is not your area you're going down, but to do things with marshmallows, a marshmallow cookbook, and make the marshmallow season a holiday baking time, which will be your biggest season between Hanukkah and Christmas and Halloween and everything else. Looking for hands up. I don't see anybody yet.
Sorry.
Oh, John, go ahead. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. Sorry, I thought I clicked and I didn't. Hey, Amy, thank you so much for stepping up and presenting to us. It keeps us alive, which is awesome. And so going to your challenge question of building brand awareness, right? And also talking about the wholesale side. There are different approaches for wholesale brand recognition and retail. And the channels that you would use, I think, are different. And so I don't know necessarily what are the channels, but if your plan is to build wholesale in the Mid-Atlantic, it's a different set of activities than if it's retail. Either to consumer and in wholesale,
Mhm.
there's different segments. So I'll stop. I don't, what are your thoughts about that? I guess is my question, because I'll stop, but maybe Mayor.
You're on
Hall-
mute, guys, by the way. Amy, that computer's on mute.
Give me 1 second. I don't think.
There we go. We're up and running.
We're up and running.
Uh,
Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, John. Yeah, I can come back up there. So, John, you're absolutely right that it's 2 different segments and it's 2 different ways of going forward. It's also one of the reasons why I have debated over the years, do we just give up one channel to focus on wholesale or to focus on retail? I don't know if it's ego, it could be. But I'm just not willing to let one go over the other. So I suppose for the purposes of this discussion, happy to hear thoughts around either side of retail or wholesale. Melinda, with your comment about Karo syrup, it's a really good analogy. If you go over to YouTube, you can see on the Marshmallow MBA channel, we were doing Foodie Fridays. We were also doing Marshmallow Mondays. Our Foodie Fridays were a series of recipes that we started, and they were super fun. It's something as we build staff back up again, it's definitely an opportunity to show what you can do with marshmallows as well as other candy. I'm probably not going to eat 6 of the energy marshmallows though and show you my day. The best way to go.
Next, we have Reggie, and I have a very fast comment. There's a Mid-Atlantic wholesale for candy that I can get you introduced into.
Beautiful. We are members Specialty Food Association as well as Retail Confectioners International currently.
Yeah, Amy, great presentation. My question or comment was around so I like the idea of having care packages. I don't know if that's something that you do. And I was thinking about all the commercial real estate companies in this area. A lot of the tall buildings are owned and managed by a few of the same companies like JPG and Vornado and others. So, I was thinking about making connections with those companies and then having care packages that they could give to the companies that rent space in their buildings, and then the companies can be introduced to your offerings as a way to give something to their employees. So and then since you like and value collaboration, I think it makes sense to pursue some care package type of collaborations with other companies who do something similar. Maybe not a food product, but something that employees will value, and put together some kind of customized package like made up of companies in this area. So it's very much a DMV based kind of thing that you can only get here. And I think that helps solidify like your presence and identity with this area, and make it kind of limited. So it's something you can take advantage of for a certain period of time, but then it's gone, and maybe you do another one down the road. And also one last thing, I think what was a little bit missing, I guess, and for me was sort of why people eat candy. I think there's a message there that can be elaborated upon and really brought more to the forefront in terms of why, because this is like not candy, but not for kids, right? And so I'm an adult, but I eat plenty of candy. But there's a reason why I do that. And so I think speaking to that is going to open up channels of communication to be able to push your product further for people that are in your target audience. So
Thank you. there's so much in there that I can take away. I can't, my brain just kind of went ping. But especially that idea, Northern Virginia, everything product-based, I really like that. And I struggle with answering my why, as, as noted in the presentation. So that piece too is, both of those great takeaways for me. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you. Great job.
Next, we have Jen, and then we have Robert, and then we have John again.
Hi, friend. Hi. Welcome to our show. Um, They're not ready for that. It's too early. I haven't even had a coffee or a marshmallow yet. Question for you, of the clients you've had to date, who are the best referrals? Who are the best clients you've had? And one of the recommendations I was going to make was working with event planners, because I could see, because you can come up with so many flavors, making unique flavors as wedding options, or even for sports events for the energy marshmallows. So can you talk a little bit about where you find success so far in those spaces?
Yes. Our best referrals have actually come from, well, originally friends and family. Uniquely, we get great referrals from Comic-Cons and different pop-up events, like Comic-Cons, because folks aren't afraid of trying things. I can't tell you the people that I've met there that you see them in cosplay, and then a week later they call you and suddenly they're a managing partner at a law firm, or they're property managers, or they are realtors. Realtors have been very responsive to our products. Everybody wants something unique, and they're tired of giving knives. Giving wine doesn't always work. So that's been something that has been effective for us. And then we were working with an Anheuser-Busch regional company that was using us as corporate birthday gifts. So for their employees. And then that became a pretty successful opportunity. I think it's a matter of reestablishing my networks in Northern Virginia. There's so much of that that I wasn't able to do from a distance. And so reestablishing those networks is going to be key to those referrals, whether it's retail or special events or wholesale.
Fantastic.
Next, we've got John R., we've got Ken, and then we've got me.
Right. Again, I love listening, Amy. You mentioned that you have great success in the hospital gift shop area. There's a blend of retail and wholesale to that. So what are your thoughts about expanding? Perhaps you have already in the Mid-Atlantic, specifically within that community. Because there are, I don't know, X number of hospitals, let alone the major corporations that own hospitals. Where if you get in there, your distribution, you better get a bigger factory.
So our hospital sales have always been wholesale sales to the gift shops. We have met them at trade shows, primarily that we have done in Philly, in New York. We are in Inspira Health Systems, which is what, I guess the best parallel here would be Innova Health. They're based in New Jersey. Pre-pandemic, we were in all of their hospitals. Post-pandemic, things changed a bit. Just because the hospital structure changed and who was coming in and out had changed. It is definitely an area of growth and opportunity, and I appreciate you for recognizing that.
Build on success. Sorry.
Next, we have Ken, and then Melinda.
So I'm curious about wholesale. I hear two different lines of wholesale. One is wholesale to manufacturers as a component, and the other is wholesale through distributors of packaged goods that are completed in package. In that 85% of your business that is wholesale, do you have a sense of what the split is between those two essentially different lines of business?
It varies during the year. Our bulk unpackaged is about 40%. And so those would be slabs, those could be more, those could be candy that's just bulk in bags. It's going to be anywhere between 60 and 70% for the prepackaged, depending on time of year. So anything that I'm doing that a retailer is going to use, for example, the smorks, obviously my margins are much better on my bulk products than they are on the prepackaged.
Yeah, the reason that I was thinking about it was your emphasis on collaboration, where you could get your collaboration Jones fix through collaboration with the development of products with chocolatiers and candy manufacturers, so that you could get that warm fuzzy feeling of collaboration more than selling to somebody who sells to gift shops.
Interesting point. Yes. Certainly a possibility. Thank you.
I guess my questions or comments next. I heard two things, and one was premium incentive industry is going to take care of all the gifts. I did this with a client years ago with the Spice Hunter, who I took into the mass market. And I also took them into the premium incentive industry. And that said, you can do gift packs, you can have holiday gifts, you can have all sorts of stuff. It also gives you the opportunity to go into the in and out sections in drugstores, in grocery stores for holidays with little gift packs and other types of things. They're usually presented at to the retailers in, I would say, between February and May for Christmas and Hanukkah. So you've got to think in advance, and you've got to figure out what you can make and pack and how to package them so that they can get them out. And that's a separate conversation. The other industry that I wrote down besides premium incentive industry was food service, because that was where a lot, when you talk about hospitals, yes, and the gift stores, but the gift stores are more on the premium incentive side or specialty store side. I think what you need to do is look at all these different industries, look at what the opportunities are, and slowly start them and see which ones you can test different things, and you can do it all in the mid-Atlantic, which makes things great. I would probably, though, take the premium incentive nationally because it's really easy to do. And it will open up tons and tons and tons of opportunities. The question back to you is manufacturing. How quickly can you have product ready? How quickly can you get it packaged? How quickly can you, and it's different types of packaging, retail packaging, gift packaging, wholesale packaging. Do you have somebody that's helping you with all of your packaging right now? And I'm not even talking about what it looks like. I'm just saying pick and pack and manufacture and all the other processes.
Hey, Melinda.
Yeah.
Just wanted to jump in. And I know it'd be great if you'd answer her question. Reggie also had a question you put in chat, which was if the products are suitable for nursing homes and senior living.
Oh, that's great. Go ahead. And Jen, then you can take over because that's fine. I said too much.
So all good ideas. I think and I appreciate the insight, and you and I are going to talk later today. One of the things for me is I'm going from an 8-person staff and we'll be restaffing. We're 8 people when it's seasonal. That's our highest managing people. You know, it is a little crazy. And to the packaging, most of the packaging decisions have been made by me up to this point. I am happy to hand that off to someone. It's just a matter of how much am I letting go and what is my new overhead with salary with that. And to your point too, that litany of opportunities. If we were here together, you'd see the book, but we can do that later on. It's a matter of prioritizing. And that's where, well, you know, everybody's got an ego.
Yep.
Reggie, you had something as well?
Reggie was.
Yes. So my question was about if the products are suitable for nursing homes, senior living centers, that audience. There are a lot of them in this area. And then also we could talk offline, but I was wondering if you had like a loyalty program kind of thing, because candy is not something people buy one time. If they really like it, they're gonna buy it all the time. And so, incentivizing that would be a good idea.
Thank you. We don't currently have a loyalty program. We do have the structure for it. We just did not launch it with everything that changed at the end of last year. That was something new for 24. The products are suitable for nursing homes. The challenge is one, we thought they would make great staff gifts. I had put my mom was in assisted living last year. And that was one of the things that we were doing as staff gifts, because there were so many people helping, and handing people gift cards kind of just makes me it just doesn't feel right. Although being on the opposite side, maybe it's okay. There are a lot of restrictions getting into nursing homes, but there is opportunity there. I think it would just be finding that point of entry. So many have restricted access now too. So it would be for the residents as much as the staff. But thank you for that.
And I
Robert,
see-
you're next. Oh, Jen, did we miss you? Did you not get a chance?
No, I'm good. I just want to call on Robert. We're good.
Okay. My daughter-in-law is a senior packaging engineer, just born. And
Well, of course she is.
and I know she's in marketing a lot, and she travels. She's going to Italy on Sunday to look at, I guess, packaging, also marketing and everything. I
There's a
don't know
food
if I should reach out to her as far as a relationship with you, or if you even maybe tried with them or anything.
I would love to talk to her as long as there's no conflict of interest for her. I know Just Born, much like Hershey's, have strong employee rules, but if she is open to it, I would love to talk to her.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll go and get information to her.
Thank you so much. I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me on there. It's
Okay,
Amy
Yeah.
Trout, just as the
Yeah.
different.
very good. She also plays the peep at events.
And they have they drop the peep on New Year's Eve. That is not a euphemism for anything, people, but that is what they do in the town where Just Born is. They have a peep that drops it in.
Yeah, it's amazing how much. I mean, she goes to the ball games, all this other stuff with it. That's why she'll know on the marketing end whether or not they do any commingling with other people, or even see on a wholesale basis to utilize other people at all.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Mr. Ashcraft, that's really the spirit of 1MC, and it's great what you just did. And thank you.
Sure.
I have time for one more question if anybody's got it. Otherwise, I'm going to pass it over to Jen because I'm noticing that it's 9:46. Trying to keep us on time.
Someone just mentioned in the chat about collaborating with Gemini Wines, and yes, that is that was already in the works.
Great. Jen, take it away.
All right, so.
And
What else can we do to support you? What else can our community do?
I have two asks. One, if you would all please follow on social media, particularly LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. It's 48 Blocks Fine Candy across all those platforms, because I'm creative with flavors, but I am not creative with me. And the second thing, if you know of any mixed use space, non-retail available in Fairfax County, if you could let me know, that would be great. I feel like I'm asking everyone for that. We are not looking for retail space. So because we are primarily focused on manufacturing, and I am open to anywhere in the county. And those would be the two big asks. And thank you all for your support. I appreciate it. You all know, as small business owners and entrepreneurs, how we can get caught in our heads and wrapped around the axle. I think that's my great skill.
You are not alone.
Andy.
You're not alone. Next week's presenter could be you. A couple of our upcoming weeks are already booked, but if you are interested in sharing your story, getting free advice and feedback like a mastermind, and becoming part of our community, we would love to have you. Another way to be a part of our community is to become an organizer. Please drop in your name and chat if that is of interest. Many hands make light work, so more organizers is always great. As far as upcoming events, Mason Enterprise Center has an event today from 12 to 1 on AI for small businesses. And then James Lawson, do you want to speak to your event coming up next week on the 9th?
Yeah, I put the link in the chat, so it is in there. But yeah, we're doing a webinar on Tuesday at 10 a.m., which is called Crush Your Networking Game. So it's primarily for people who do a lot of face-to-face networking. And Ange and I, actually, just me, Angela, will be in Barcelona. Just me. So basically walking you through 4 strategies, I guess, that we used when we first started our business that helped us generate more than 6 figures a year. It's super simple. But nobody does it. So yeah, so we're doing a 60-minute training on that this coming Tuesday. The link is in the chat if you want to register and join us. We'd love to have you there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I know having a lovely accent cannot be one of those because that's tough, even though you obviously pull it off brilliantly, since it's your natural skill. So hopefully that's not one of the 4. But do join. James and Angela are fantastic, and James will share tons of insight about creative networking. There's also a Going Global. So if you're interested in expanding your business through exporting, Fairfax County EDA has that event on their website. Please check it out. It is half a day, but again, if you're interested in exporting, could be fantastic to attend. We do have a presenter on the 17th. The 24th is open, and I think May is already starting to fill up. So if you are interested in presenting, please let us know. We'd love to have you either on the 10th or again sometime in May. If you just go to 1millioncups.com/Fairfax, we can help you do that. If you scan the QR code on the slide, that also will show you the 2 next steps. One, to apply through 1 Million Cups, and the other, if you apply to present, you can just enter in some info and it automatically creates a presentation for you. So we as organizers try to keep this simple and easy to help businesses through their life cycle. Do follow us on social, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Again, you can scan the QR code and follow us there as well. And feel free, if you have an event, to post those events on those platforms too. We welcome collaboration. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks for joining us this week. Again, we would love to have you in person the first Wednesday of every month, and we're happy to see folks online. We would love for our guests, if you can, share this and invite somebody to join us in the next couple of weeks. Share the news, spread the news online. Thanks again for joining us. And again, Amy Hughes with 48 Blocks. Fantastic presentation. Amazing marshmallows. Thanks for bringing
Really
them.
great.